there, it's Ray, and welcome to the In a Nutshell series, where I try to make short summaries of games and other media. For this video, we're going to go ahead and do Super Meat Boy, a 2010 indie game published by Team Meat. Now, unfortunately, due to YouTube's current standards, I have to conform to these rules and censor stuff in the gameplay that might seem even the slightest inappropriate to YouTube. My apologies for the inconvenience, but it has to be done in order for this video to stay up. This game has characters from other games that you can play as, such as Ogmo from Jumper and Commander Video from Bit Trip. There's lots of fun to have in this game. Lots of bloody, difficult, rage-inducing fun. You know what's also fun? Doing short summaries of games and other media. Let's go do that. I'm kind of enjoying this, to be honest. The game starts with a narration in the form of text introducing Meat Boy and his girlfriend Vantage Girl. They love each other a lot. This game also introduces Dr. Oh. Yeah. YouTube standards, I forgot. I'll just call him Dr. F. The narration states that nobody likes him, which prompts him to express his hatred towards us. It is stated that he hates Meat Boy the most, which is evidenced by Dr. F attacking him and kidnapping his girlfriend. Meat Boy is given words of encouragement. I guess he was encouraged a bit too much, as he explodes at the end of this intro. Turns out, Dr. F doesn't like Vantage Girl either. Every time Meat Boy rescues her, Dr. F appears and attacks her while kidnapping her. He runs through the forest trying to save her. The forest is on fire at one point. Eventually, he stops in his tracks and witnesses Dr. F dousing the entire forest in gasoline, then callously setting it ablaze. Meat Boy gapes in horror at the traumatic event, and at Dr. F entering a nightmarish piece of machinery known as Little Slugger. A chase scene ensues, and while Meat Boy runs through the now burning forest, multiple squirrels end up dying by either running into saw blades or by Little Slugger. Dr. F will not stop at anything to destroy Meat Boy, even if it means destroying nature itself. Eventually, Little Slugger breaks down. Dr. F is furious. He glances at Meat Boy, who despite all the chaos surrounding them, he waves friendly at him. Dr. F in response snatches Vantage Girl and starts flying away, with Meat Boy looking on. A sad moment happens when the camera pans to the left to reveal at least 8 squirrel corpses and a squirrel looking at them. The squirrel is very sad. He dies. Meat Boy follows Dr. F to a very disturbing looking hospital that almost looks dystopian. During his journey, he avoids saw blades, of course, but also red blobs and sickly purple things. Oh, and lasers too. Nice. He comes across Dr. F, who is attempting to shove Vantage Girl into a chute. He taunts Meat Boy with a remote, presses the button, and suddenly blood starts shooting from the pipes. Dr. F laughs. The pipes stop running, and then suddenly blood starts bursting out. Meat Boy uncovers his eyes and sees Chad, who looks like a blood clot or something. Nevertheless, Meat Boy escapes upward while avoiding Chad, who doesn't even seem like he's trying to hurt Meat Boy. Eventually, Meat Boy reaches the last key and opens up the ceiling. Chad is not a fan of sunlight. This shrinks Chad until he's a small... Oh, wow. Okay, he's just adorable. Meat Boy hears Dr. F around the corner, who has Vantage Girl tied up above while he laughs. He looks back at the shrunken Chad, who wants to kiss him. He looks back at Dr. F, who I'm pretty sure flips him off. He looks back at Chad, who is now near him. He kicks Chad, accidentally severely injuring him in the process. Meat Boy nonchalantly shrugs and looks back at Dr. F, who throws Vantage Girl and makes his escape. Meat Boy is not amused. He looks back at Chad, who, despite being injured, still wants to kiss him. Meat Boy grabs what I think is a thick white cloth and approaches Chad. Meat Boy follows Dr. F to the salt factory and now has to dodge salt and missile launchers. I freaking hate the missile launchers! He eventually finds Vantage Girl tied up and tries to untie her, but then sees Dr. F sitting on a toilet, which he flushes. Then the pipes start shaking, and a new character with yellow glowing eyes exits the opening doors. This character is named Brownie, and he's... living excrement. Yeah. Brownie roars at Meat Boy, then stops and looks in confusion at Dr. F, who starts flooding the factory with salt. Keep in mind that Meat Boy can't touch salt, so both Meat Boy and Brownie start booking it in an attempt to escape the rising salt. Meat Boy successfully escapes but sees Brownie hanging on the ledge for dear life. He falls, but Meat Boy catches him and tries to pull him up. What a nice guy. Dr. F hates nice guys, so he decides to ruin the moment by throwing bricks at Brownie, causing Meat Boy to lose his grip and drop him. Meat Boy is pissed and jumps to the building Dr. F is standing on. Dr. F pulls out a remote, but instead of pressing it, he throws it at Meat Boy, killing him, I guess? It literally shows Dr. F defeating Meat Boy in another cutscene and kicking him off a cliff. So Meat Boy ends up in... yeah. Meat Boy now has to traverse through fiery obstacles, avoiding lava balls and eye lasers. You know, my most favorite thing in the world! Heat-related elements. They make me want to die. Eventually, Meat Boy stands at a ledge. Suddenly, a body falls next to him. He turns it over with a stick only to see that it's his own corpse. A shocking revelation indeed. Meat Boy touches saw blade, Meat Boy corpse winds up here. Rinse and repeat. Suddenly, a brick hits him in the head. Apparently, Dr. F and Bandage Girl are here. Dr. F points at the pile of Meat Boy corpses. Meat Boy looks on as it suddenly comes to life and roars at him. Meat Boy is just done at this point. Here you fight Little Horn, who smashes his head in thrice and goes down almost immediately. Meat Boy looks down from the same ledge and witnesses something rise from below. He sees Dr. F standing on it. Meat Boy jumps at him and tackles him, beating him up only to realize that it's not Dr. F. He finds Dr. F standing on a cliff. He pulls out a remote and presses it. An explosion occurs. Oh. So this is what he resorts to. In the forest, a scroll sees this happen. This is not just any scroll, this is the crying scroll from the first chapter. But yeah, he dies again. The resulting explosion turns him into bones. The world is now in shambles. It turns out that Meat Boy's fallen onto a building but is now revived. Dr. F hates that and pushes him off. Huh. I guess he stopped hating us now. Meat Boy goes through some of the longest levels I've ever played in this game, until he's in some sort of closed area. Nearby, Dr. F presses a button on a remote. He's really liking these remotes, and an open gate closes shut. Behind him, a large maggot named Larry pops up from the ground. He roars at him. Two more Larrys join in on this. It's genuinely disturbing to see. Meat Boy defeats them by having them jump into saw blades. Suddenly, a large chunk of rock starts floating with Dr. F and Bandage Girl on top of it. Meat Boy runs towards the rock and jumps. After traversing through apocalyptic landscapes, Meat Boy finally confronts Dr. F, who pushes him back and proceeds to blow him to chunks with a missile launcher. Dr. F seems triumphant, but Meat Boy quickly responds, prompting Dr. F to blow him up again. He tries a third time, but Meat Boy quickly dodges, resulting in a chase scene. It ends with Dr. F falling to the ground and seemingly dying. Meat Boy and Bandage Girl rejoice, but Dr. F uses his remote one last time. The entire place starts falling apart. As they come close to escaping, Meat Boy tells Bandage Girl to go through a hole in the wall, but is unable to escape himself. A rock falls on top of him, but he is saved by Brownie, who sacrifices himself to save the two. He cannot go on any further. The couple escape and they hold hands as they watch the floating rock break down. They rejoice. Suddenly, Dr. F falls on top of her and starts attacking her. So quick update on this. After I wrote the script, I forgot that this game has an alternate ending. So in this alternate ending, the same thing happens, only this time Bandage Girl stops reacting to Dr. F attacking her. She swats him to the ground. They look at each other and smile, and it seems like a happy moment. Then she yells and she... During the credits, it shows that multiple characters are doing okay. Somehow the scroll is alive, Chad is a model apparently, Brownie is alive, he dies, the Meat Boy corpses are alive and getting their groove on, and new Larrys are born. The game ends with a heart-shaped iris shot closing in on the two, Meat Boy noticing it and the iris shot zooming into Bandage Girl. Now, I forgot to record the post-credit scene that plays out in the alternate ending and will not be including it in this video for certain reasons, but it is revealed that Dr. F was apparently born through Bandage Girl, and that's about it. Well guys, this has been in a nutshell. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you next time.